Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It is time for more Imprint announcements. We have their November announcements. With me, after a couple of months of escaping my grasp, is Philip Jeffries from COVID and Cult Film.
Howdy!
Here we are. So we're just going to dive into what I think is a really good set of announcements. Just before we go into every title, what do you think, Phil?
I agree. I've already ordered some stuff, and as we go through it, I guess I'll throw in my 2 cents and
Mhm.
tell you what I've ordered. Yeah, I didn't do the whole enchilada, but
Okay.
yeah, just a burrito. So yeah.
Let's dive into the first title, which is the Essential Film Noir Collection 5. Now, I know you just picked up, is it 2 and 4?
Yeah, I got them right here. Boy, howdy! Are these great? These are
Yeah.
great. So
Mhm.
what do you think? Do you think I ordered this one?
Oh, yes,
If you're a betting man,
absolutely. Yeah.
you would win $5.
So let's have a look at the titles that are here. We have Island of Doomed Men. Peter Lorre plays Stephen Daniel, the owner of Dead Man's Island, using the off-the-radar colony as a place to keep paroled convicts as slaves. Undercover agent Mark Sheldon gets sent to the island and becomes trapped himself, as Daniel's sadistic guards maintain a tight circle around the house and goods. Have you heard of this one?
I haven't, and when I read the synopsis, because it's apparently pretty like it plays with the code a lot, the production code, like
Right.
really steps over the line. I like things that cross the line, and this is the one I'm most excited for, and I love Peter
Yeah.
Lorre, so I
It
mean
sounds great.
he
Peter
was
Lorre in a kind of film noir papillon.
he was such a sexy piece of ass too. So I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's up my street.
I mean, realistically, where else is there an island called Dead Man's Island than in a noir film? Like it's
There
just
isn't. I don't think so. I mean, you never know.
yeah.
Ask Eddie Muller. I don't know. He might know. He would know.
Let's see. Next one, we've got the Red Menace. When a disgruntled ex-soldier gets no help from the Veterans Bureau, he is ripe for the influence of communists who lead him down the party line. But he soon meets up with disgruntled party members who attempt to break out. That doesn't really grab me, that one, immediately.
Well, you know, every single title that I've seen from one of their from the imprint film noir essential sets they're always, I like them all. Every
Mhm.
single film on Letterboxd, I didn't give it under 4 stars.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that like it doesn't jump out to me, but trusting what came before in the film noir sets, I would definitely be interested in checking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Then we have the burglar. Let's see, a burglar and his two associates set their sights on a wealthy spiritualist who has inherited a fortune, including a renowned emerald necklace from a Philadelphia financier. So, yeah, I mean, that can just the fact that it's a wealthy spiritualist just kind of makes it seem like this is going to be quite interesting.
I agree. I agree. I'm all in. I ordered it.
Yep. And last in this set, we have 13 West Street. When Walter Sherrill is brutally beaten by a gang of angry teenagers, he decides to track the teens himself, hiring a private detective, buying a gun, and stalking the potential suspects. Starring Alan Ladd and Rod Steiger.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
Alan Ladd, just watched him in Appointment with Danger, and I loved Appointment with
yeah.
Danger. That was great.
Mhm.
So Alan Ladd, hell yeah!
The, it's like it's almost like Death Wish. It sounds a little bit like it
I
in a
was
noir setting.
I was gonna say yeah, and I was gonna write an article on vigilante films, but
Hmm.
I'm doing a new article for Diabolique magazine on film noir, but this one's like very broad in scope, and it's going
Yeah,
to touch on a lot of stuff. Really focus on where we're at now, especially with stuff like Too Old to Die Young, and yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I didn't really go into many of the extras, and I won't do it, but just noticing on The Burglar there has an introduction by Martin Scorsese. Now, I've seen this on a few discs. It's basically him for anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. I don't know about you, but I love these things.
I think I saw him just last on Sorry Wrong Number. On the Shout or Scream Shout. They put it out. I don't have the Imprint one. And yeah, so but I saw him introduce that film and or that picture, as he likes to say. So he introduced the picture, and it was great. It was really wonderful.
Yeah, and then I noticed there's a documentary, Hollywood on Trial, 1976 documentary narrated by John Huston, which I had a little look into that. It should be interesting. I think it's a good extra.
Maybe deal with HUAC and that wonderful man McCarthy.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, yeah, this is just an instant must-have.
Home run.
Yeah. Next up, we have Tales of Adventure Collection 2. Now, you didn't go for the first one, did you?
Well, while you talk about this, I have a couch back there. I'm going to go take a nap. All right.
Yeah. Like yourself, I cannot wait to see this one. I enjoyed the Adventure Collection. Kind of long forgotten films. They were inconsistent, but fun to watch.
I can't hear anything you're saying. I'm sorry.
It's all positive. I'm just going to dub you as agreeing with everything I say. Right. So first up, we've got Angel on the Amazon. A mysterious woman leads an explorer and his party to safety after a crash landing in the Amazon rainforest. I'll just burn through these. Daughter of the Jungle. An aeroplane carrying a pair of police officers escorting gangsters to prison crash lands in the African jungle. They are rescued from an attack by savage natives by a white woman who appears out of nowhere.
White savior complex, problematic.
Fair Wind to Java. The 19th century merchant seaman, assisted by a native girl, goes in search of treasure trove of jewels on a remote volcanic island in the Dutch East Indies. Elephant Walk. When John Wiley, an affluent plantation owner, brings his new wife Ruth to his estate in the jungles of Ceylon, it becomes clear her new husband is more interested in palling around with his friends than spending time with her. Left alone in the plantation, Ruth strikes up a friendship with the foreman, Dick Carver, and it isn't long before a love triangle develops. A love triangle in the jungle, that must tickle your fancy, Phil, no?
I've had a couple. So,
yeah. And finally, we have Safari. In the expansive and treacherous wilderness of Africa, potential hunter Ken Duffield is mourning the loss of his son to Kenyan Mau Mau rebels. When he is given the opportunity to take an eccentric millionaire and his fiancée on a jungle expedition, Duffield uses the opportunity to hunt down his son's killer. So, what about these sets just don't inspire you to pick them up?
Money.
I kind of like how that the first set was all say Middle Eastern set. This seems to be all jungle set. So I'm more than happy to get this one. I think it'll be a lot of fun as well. Let's move on to the standard titles.
Hey, if Imprint are listening, Josh, I'll accept a freebie, pal.
So we have Assignment K from 1968. Stephen Boyd stars in this thrilling spy drama directed by Val Guest. Philip Scott, the boss of a toy company, is secretly also a chief of British spy organisation. Scott's cover is destroyed when enemy agents kidnapped his girlfriend and force him to reveal the identities of fellow spies. Do you know much about this one?
No, but it does appeal to me. I didn't order it, but I'll probably pick it up when it comes into my store, Bay Street Video. Or if you're in Toronto, you can go to iSource Cinema, order it through them. Or if you're in Western Canada or all over Canada, Rough Cut Video, just for the Canadian viewers here. So,
yeah. I can't say that I've really heard of this one before, but there is something interesting about that synopsis. I do love these kind of movies. And it's from the late 60s. I'd like to delve more into it, read a little bit more into the reviews and see what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have James Coburn, who I've seen a few of his movies recently, and I'm
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
definitely interested in seeing more. So, Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round. Eli Koch is a captivating rogue and full-time conman. Cleverly seduces an attractive psychologist while in prison to win parole. Once out, he immediately goes to work, planning a major bank robbery at the Los Angeles International Airport.
Yeah.
Like,
I ordered this. Yeah.
yeah, I hear the synopsis, I see Coburn, and I can almost kind of see the movie playing out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has that huge smile. You can see him being like the charming
Oh,
con man.
you ordered it because they found some more that were in stock. I paid a premium for this at my store because it was out of print, and so the price went up, and I paid like a lot for it. And then it came back into stock, and there's still some left, as we'll see later. But the President's Analyst
Yep.
is so funny, and again, just as you said, that smile, but it's fused with Lalo Schifrin's score. There's this sound effect, and he gets more and more reasonably paranoid in this film, and it's hilarious. He's so funny. It's so great, and he was great in Hard Times, which I also just watched from him.
Yeah, it was Hard Times and Bite the Bullet from the Gene Hackman film Focus set.
I
It
haven't
was in
watched
that
that
as
yet.
well,
I have
and
that
it
set.
just yeah, I definitely I'm definitely wanting to check out more Coburn. This one is high up in the list, I would say, for this one, and you've picked it up, yeah.
Yes, I have ordered it. Yeah, pre-ordered. Yeah.
And next up we have Diamond Head. An outspoken, hard-headed man, King Howland, sets out to halt the marriage of his beautiful young sister to a Hawaiian boy, Paul Kahana. Even though Howland is having a secret love affair with the lovely Hawaiian Mai Shen, he loathes the idea of a native boy joining his family. So this is Charlton Heston. Have you went for this one?
I didn't order it, so I mean I haven't seen it, so I have like
Yeah.
I just nothing to say.
It's one of those it's one of those synopses. It doesn't really inspire a lot. I mean, it's probably good, but it doesn't jump out at you as something.
I'm sure it's solid, but I did
Yeah,
not order it. No,
yeah. Although I do kind of like Heston.
I do too.
When was it? 62. So could be interesting.
I like his
And then-
NRA. His NRA days are my favorite. Though. Those are by far his best moments.
So finally, we have The Man in Half Moon Street, which, let's just see. A scientist discovers that he can live forever by receiving gland transplants every 10 years. Unfortunately, the unwilling donors must be killed for him to survive.
Oh yeah, dude.
Something that doesn't bother the scientist until he falls in love. Love can soothe the savage beast, apparently. So, interested?
I ordered it. Reminds me of two films, Eyes Without a Face, and this came before Eyes Without a Face, and then what came after Eyes Without a Face is Corruption with Peter Cushing, and I love both those films. Eyes Without a Face is a better film than Corruption, but this seems to be like it's the granddaddy of those types of films. And apparently, was sort of described when they were doing the teasers for what was coming that this is a rare sci-fi noir. So that right there, you got me. I need it.
Yeah, that's something you don't often hear of, but yeah, interesting. As a bundle, you can pick up everything that's here for 360 Australian dollars. You've got, what we've got, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 movies in this bundle, which is rather excessive. What's your pick of this month's titles?
Well, the Essential Film Noir Collection 5. If you're only getting one thing, like one item, it would be that. I picked that. I picked the Coburn film and the sci-fi noir. So that's right. The names escape me. I'm becoming
Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round and The Man in Half Moon Street. So that's what you're going for. I think film noir is an essential. I did enjoy the Adventure box set, so that seems good. Assignment K, Yeah, in fact, I think they all kind of jump out to me, except maybe Diamond Head is probably the one that doesn't.
Sure. Yeah.
But let's just jump into what's selling fast on the Imprint site. So, anything there that you are going to pick up or wish you had picked up already? As you can see, you've mentioned this one.
Oh man, the president's analyst. And if you follow my channel, COVID and Cold Film, it's very lo-fi, and we just try to have fun over there. It's I've ripped a couple clips from this, and it's pissed a lot of people off. So yeah, it's great. It's very funny.
I'm looking forward to getting to it. I picked up that in the recent sale along with Audrey Rose. So I haven't watched
Oh,
Audrey Rose as
it's
yet.
Audrey Rose. I hear is excellent. Arrow also put that out, so I guess I could get it for cheaper, just getting the Arrow one. But the president's analyst, I do have to say, gave me one of the best unexpected yucks I've had in a long time. So I thought it was hilarious. Kim Newman's special feature on there is really great, and he says it's like a really, it's like the culture at the time in a film, like it's like a Mad Magazine article come to life, something like that. I don't want to butcher Kim Newman, so yeah. Neither not in reality or I don't want to butcher him. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about. So, is there anything that you've watched from Imprint recently, or anything that you've picked up? Do you want to talk about?
Boy, howdy, have I watched a lot. I've watched The President's Analyst from Imprint Films. The Catman of Paris, really like that.
That's really quite good, and there's a certain couple of levels to it as well. I think it could be wrote off as a kind of rip-off of typical the cat people, I suppose, but there's more going on in that film.
Speaking of cats, Kat Ellinger does a really good visual essay on there. I like The Spiral Road a lot. Rock Hudson, Jenna Rollins, and
Burt Ives.
Bro Ives. But I will bring this up till the day I die.
Yeah.
Uncle Tom.
Uptight.
Uptight is wow. That movie that's one of the best releases of the year, in my opinion. And I would say that if you didn't get it, boo-hoo for you, because it's pretty great.
You also picked up the Sydney Fury set, didn't you?
Oh. Let's see. Did I? Yes, I did.
And have you dived into that yet?
I have not, but I'm looking very much forward to it. I've skimmed the book, and I've seen Hit before. I've seen the Ipcris File, and I've seen The Leather Boys, and I like all of those films. So Hit in the box, I have seen, and I really, really like Hit. Billy D. Williams, I watched another great film with him recently that Kino Lorber put out that really did nothing at the box office. It was with him and Keith Carradine called Number One with a Bullet. It's a completely forgotten buddy comedy, and it came out like the same year as Lethal Weapon, the first one. I like it more than I guess. I don't know. I like it more than I like it more than Lethal Weapon.
Right.
Seriously, I do.
I like the sound of that. I'll give that a shot. I'm definitely going to pick up that Sydney J. Fury set at some point. Recently, I've watched a couple. So I watched Mrs. Parker and the Vicious Circle. I just watched that before we came on.
How was it?
Kind of underwhelming, I think. Jennifer Jason Leigh is great, but it's a group of people that it's hard to sympathise with. They're just interested in the here and now, what can be funny, having these barbed comments at each other, and it never really gets to the depth of the characters. So I kind of struggled with that. And the Jennifer Connelly film focus. I loved the Gene Hackman set. That was.
But how was that?
Well, started off strong with career opportunities, which I thought was really fun, and then dived into two of the most tedious films I've had to watch recently, Waking the Dead and House of Sand and Fog, which were a slog to get through.
It's a darn tragedy.
It really is. Although I'd be interested in seeing. I want to get my hands on the George Peppard film focus set because I think that could be just full of gold.
Yeah, I ordered that. I buy the because we weren't here for the Peckinpah stuff. I did the Peckinpah bundle. I wanted to get the Martian Chronicles. I just didn't see it, but I just ordered the bundle with Peckinpah and Peppard, and then I saw that you could get it with the Martian Chronicles. I was like,
rushed in.
You know me and Rock Hudson, so yeah.
Yeah. So are you going to be joining us for the December announcements?
Of course. Yeah.
I'll try to.
Yeah, try to. I mean, you were on vacation, and then I couldn't make the last one, so.
Yeah. We kind of held off a little bit, and we ended up posting them a little bit late. But I think we're a bit quicker off the mark now.
Yeah,
so that's good. Yeah. So thanks for joining us as we talk about Imprint and their current announcements. And look forward to seeing you next month. Don't forget, you can go and check out Phil's channel, COVID and Cult Film.
Oh, please
That'll be in the description box below.
Oh, please.
Yeah. You make him feel good.
I do.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.